And we are
Respect
live.
the craft.
There you go. We got
Yes.
multiple Charlies there. Just multiple. All the Charlies.
Respect the craft.
Oh, that's awesome.
Infinite loop.
Just infinite loops of Charlies there. And now multiple me's. There you go.
We're gonna summon a demon doing this if you don't stop.
Probably will. So we're going to do one of these. So that way, we're back to this screen now. We're back to two.
Just me
Now
now.
yeah, it's just you now. It's just you.
Glad we got that guy out of here. We're gonna have to watch out for him.
But no, we are live. This is episode number 240 here of Respect the Craft. We are joined by the YuNg Bruiser himself. There's a lot of names I could call you right now. The YuNg Bruiser, the Scramble King, but we're gonna call you Charlie Tiger here. What's going on, brother? How's everything?
Dude, I'm feeling good, man. How about yourself, Ray? Thank you for having me on, dude.
No, definitely. I'm doing great. We're continuing here. Hashtag Loud East Week. Lot to talk about, including this Saturday's event. But before we get into that, Charlie, I do have to ask you the question I ask everyone that comes on. You heard the name of the podcast. It's called Respect the Craft. So for you, when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
The craft, well, I mean, that can mean a lot of things. The craft in general, I mean, that's a trade of any kind. That's a type of skill that you got to hone for years upon years before you could ever think about mastering. And there's always a respect that goes into any craft. But for us specifically, I believe we're in the realm of professional wrestling. And professional wrestling is a craft that I hold near and dear to my heart. Something I've been practicing for the past 7 years going on. Going to be 8 at the end of December. And like I said, like I hold wrestling in general to a high standard. And I do to the best of my ability, I try to honor the craft of wrestling and, uphold the art form and try to elevate it if I can. But hey, we'll see.
Yeah, definitely so. And again, we've continued to see that through your work, see how that continues to elevate. But I have to ask you, what was it for you that made you decide you want to join the art form here? What was it that made you decide, you know what, this is not something I just enjoy to watch, or even if you did enjoy to watch it before getting into it, what was it that made you decide I have to step through those ropes?
Yeah, well, actually, I first started watching wrestling when I was about like 13 to 14 years old. So kind of late getting into it more than most people, but at least my preteen age, my guy Pat Dynamite got me into it when we were kids, and I thought it was very interesting. Because I always known what wrestling was, I'd known popular figures, but when I really first saw it on TV, I was just kind of like interested in it because I thought it was cool. And I saw Randy Orton hit the RKO, I was like, wow, like that really looked like he messed him up, dude. I mean, Dan O'Brien looked down and out, and it wasn't even a match; it was just out of nowhere. But and then just over time watching it, I ended up actually started doing amateur wrestling soon after getting into watching WWE and professional wrestling. But I didn't really start watching like any indies or stuff like that till like maybe a couple of years into it. But I just developed a passion for it, and I thought it was very cool. Wanted to get into it. I figured I could have went through school or whatever and did like some job like that, but I'm kind of stupid, willingly so. I'm willingly just a dumbass because it's more fun, and I want to be a wrestler. That's what I want to do. So,
I got you. Hey, and again, it's looked like it's proven. It's worked out here. It's proven to be for the best. We're now talking with you here. We got some gold to talk about, some championship opportunities, and a lot to talk about because it looks like it's the full schedule coming up for Charlie Tiger here. So we're gonna get into that. Before we continue, I do have to let's kick off with this one. The first match I want to discuss with you is this right here, as it's the reason we're here. Hashtag Loud East Week. It is going to be a showcase scramble at Loud East Wrestling, as it's Jimi Hendrix, Charlie Tiger, Mr. James, Benny Candela, Chris Cage, and 2 upcoming prospects heading into this one. So your thoughts going into the showcase scramble this Saturday?
Well, I mean, you said it yourself, dude. I mean, I really haven't had any nicknames that I've coined myself. All of my nicknames have been coined by people who've seen what I do in that ring. YuNg Bruiser, that's what I do. Scramble King, they came up with that last fall because they saw what I did on IWTV. I got a 3P. I'm on 3 scrambles in a row, 3 weeks in a row. And hey, I was winning scrambles after that too. An unsanctioned pro. I won the scramble and took the golden lay. I cashed that in for a belt, man. I go in there when there's multiple opponents. I'm dangerous. It's almost like an advantage when there's multiple people in there, man. I guess it's like the food chain in there. They didn't realize the tiger is the king of the jungle. So when you got all these lesser species messing around in there, I always come from the tree line and I capitalize on every opportunity, every opening, and I turn that into Cirque du Soleil throwing bodies around, man. You gotta watch out for the tiger Glock. You gotta watch out for the tiger driver. You gotta watch out for a power bomb, a spear, or the tiger. You never know where I'm coming from. Just wild like that.
Well, then I'm glad I will be at the commentary booth, so I do not have to worry about this. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we could be safe in the. We're gonna try to stay away from the Tigers' path when it comes to this Saturday at Loudy's Wrestling. But for your
As
opponents,
long as nobody brings me over there, nothing's gonna go bad.
you never know what could happen at the
I watch
Mecca.
out for that guy, Hemi Hendricks, Nikolai White, dude. Guy's irresponsible, man. I heard what he was saying. He cut a dope ass promo, but hey, talk a lot, talk. Hey, you don't know me, Nikolai. Hey, we wrestled years ago, bro. I'm about to smoke you the way you're coming in here with that confidence, huh? Nah, you're not what you think you are, bro.
And again, that promo, it sounds like it's coming with a lot of past memories, but both of you have all just evolved into whole different competitors. You aren't the same Charlie Tiger from then. Definitely, it's not the same Nikolai White now, Hemi Hendricks. So we'll see
True.
what happens on Saturday. We shall see what happens on Saturday there. We got Matt Awesome in the chat saying, Charlie going to eat those guys up. I see you, my guy. There you
Thank
go.
you, man. Hell yeah, dude. He knows what I can do. He wrestled me himself, so take it from the man himself, bro. Don't knock it till you try it. And
We shall see. We shall see. But again, speaking of multi-mans, this has become a trend. This is why they call you the Scramble King. But it's not even just been in single scrambles. It's not just on yourself. It's been with fellow members of YuNg, Dumb, and Broke. And I want this to remain cordial here in the conversation, but I do have to bring up a certain tweet of a certain someone that you brought up a little while ago. He decided to tweet this out, and it was a little interesting because again, there's been some issues currently in YuNg, Dumb, and Broke, and Pat Dynamite decides to say this week. Once again, Charlie Tiger dropped the ball for us tonight at Fight
I saw that, dude.
And
listen, man, the victors write history, but neither me or Pat Dynamite won on that day. He was also on my team, man. He could have broke it up if he wanted to. He could have seen Marcus Mathers on the apron, pushed him off the top rope, man. Our tag team finisher requires two people, man. If I wanted to, I could have finished off Santa Lavengi by myself. But hey, we're trying to set the tag combo. Marcus Mathers got in there, but where was Pat Dynamite, man? Maybe I dropped the ball. Maybe Pat Dynamite dropped the ball too because he wasn't there dribbling, huh? Because I love the guy, but hey, I was glad to tag with him, man. After what we've been through, you know, I mean, he punched me in the face, dude. I never got my lick back. That's okay. That's okay, man. We're still a team. I've always been the guy to ride for YuNg Dumb more than anybody.
That does make me want to ask, because I know the people at home want to know your thoughts on this whole scenario, because there's been a lot of issues in YuNg, Dumb, and Broke. It seems there's just broken pieces everywhere we look when it comes to Griff, when it comes to his issues now with Jordan, just now with you guys, again, throwing little jabs at each other at times. So what is the current state of YuNg, Dumb, and Broke?
Well, I mean, I think it's a good sign that me and Pat Dynamite were able to, you know, team on Tuesday. I mean, we didn't win the whole match, but it was a gauntlet. We did come successful against another team. Like, just like, we're still dangerous. You know, don't count us out, man. You know, I see Griffin and Pat are still. They got one coming up for We Are Wrestling. That's awesome, man. Hey, I hope they do good. But even after all that Griffin has done, all the BS that he's spewed out, trying to manipulate my guy Pat, dude, like assaulting my guy Jordan. What, like, I know, hey, they aren't friends anymore, man. I don't know if I'm Griffin's friend anymore. It sucks to say, but Matt also said Griff messed up, dude. I don't know. Probably did. He probably cost us that match too. And they always try to blame me, right? Always trying to blame me, man. Like I'm not carrying all this weight.
Yeah, Matt says it there. No, and again, it's a lot of just pointing the blame, not possibly taking own responsibility in this scenario. But again, I just wanted to ask because there's a lot going on. Again, this leads to even April 27th. It's happening at the Strong Silent Type. Jordan and Griff are going to collide. I can imagine you're also going to be there riding the momentum right now.
I'm going to be in the building.
After a huge win in March with that victory over, just getting that huge victory over Mecca. So I can imagine it's going to be a lot riding on just that night. But then emotions again, because I can imagine you don't want to see two friends, two brothers, or I guess one former brother at this point with what's going on, but we shall see.
Well, I was ringside for their match at a J Cup, earlier in February, and he made Jordan stoop down to his own level and had to beat him. They both kicked each other in the nuts. I'm pretty sure in that match, and I never got involved. He didn't push my hand to that point like he has in the past. So because I let him duke it out, and Jordan came up victorious. But I guess doing it again because there was some kerfuffling going on. There's always is with this guy Griffin nowadays. I don't know what it is, man. Like, we get it. You're the top guy. We agree with you. We love you, dude. You're great, but you don't need to be this bad guy.
It seems that might have gotten, unfortunately, a little bit to his head here. Being the top guy, now he just wants to.
Yes, he literally just loves spitting on people and saying that he's better than everybody else. It's kind of disturbing.
Just a tad. But we're gonna continue.
He's getting up there with Chucky Mason.
Yeah, that guy.
I'm sure they're gonna be tagging soon.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because he does like to beat up a lot of people and do some things. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But speaking of, again, getting that possible link back at Pat Dynamite here, we talk about a match happening next week where, again, that Scramble King moniker is going to be put into play because you have a Super Scramble.
Isn't Pat Dynamite in that NFW Scramble too?
He let us show that as well because
I'm
two times the chance to get that look back.
Yeah, I think he was talking to me about this on Tuesday because I'm excited for Smash, man. It's going to be crazy, dude. Scramble King's got a lot of meals lined up, man. I'm probably going to toss 36 bodies in the next 14 days, which is kind of insane to think about. And, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm flipping these cakes, no problem. That's what tigers do, Bo. I'm flipping them, eating them. I'm gonna eat them all, right? When you win, you keep it going. We get the momentum rolling. You got to keep it going, right? I haven't won my last scramble, but I didn't lose. No cap, Scramble King's crown's falling off a little bit, but I'm about to put it back straight on, snug and tight when I go in there, man. Hey, if Pat Dynamite knows what he's doing, he's gonna stay out of there when I'm in there, right? He knows. If he's in there, he's probably gonna get distracted, and Charlie Tiger's gonna come in, wreck house like I always do, right? So hey, he's smart. We know each other, like, hey, we've been in scrambles already, but hey, it's gonna be both of those. They're gonna be quite the show, man. Don't count the scrambles out, man.
No, definitely can't. But that also, there is another, again, young, dumb, and broke member in there. You got Jordan Oliver in there. So
Jordan's in there too, man. Because this whole match switched like 3 times. So by the time Jordan was in, I was like, wait, what? It's like, what?
That was the shocker to even you. Again, this is at the time of this recording.
I have to check Jordan too because I know he's gonna be trying to be on some shit. I'm like, no, like, I don't know, maybe he's gonna help me win. I don't know. Maybe Jordan's gonna help me win. Who knows? Probably not. At
this point, at least there is a little bit of an advantage.
I know
guys can.
If any of those people know what they're doing, none of them are gonna want to take a Tiger block. So
yeah, that again.
I'm giving Tiger blocks to at least 2 of those people, and they're only my friends. So.
Well, then, if that's what you'll do to a friend, imagine to someone you don't like. Well, then, stay tuned to that, ladies and gentlemen. Again, 2 opportunities to see him in scramble matches and see why he is truly the Scramble King there. But we're going to keep going to talk about another thing that was announced just recently with a new set. Shout out to our friends over at SRG. This amazing thing was just shown a few days ago. So a new set has been released into the world of the Super Show. Your thoughts on getting added again to the game here?
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, that was just too perfect. I didn't even notice before we started streaming. You have the shirt there, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, hey, my first card, I think it was powerful enough, man. Yep. I could roll 3 or 5 more than my opponent, and usually power and get unstoppable finishers. And of course, there's a loophole on the other side, but I mean, hey, when I play my finish, man, you're probably going to go down. I don't know if you're going to be able to kick out of that 3 SRG in the ring. Doesn't matter. But with the new card, I think they made it even a little more powerful. Maybe I might have politicked a little bit to get it that way. Use my leeway in there. But because I know they were trying, hey, like, we don't know, Charlie. I don't know. This card's really powerful, dude. Like, you're pretty sick. But and I was like, hey, man, I got it in there. I got that ability, man. I'm going to be wrecking these tournaments. I'm going to be taking these belts. Hey, if you want to win, get the Charlie Tiger SRG card. It's the #1 wrestling game in the country. You don't want to miss out. It's so dope. They do it all over.
No, they definitely have. Again, shout out to them.
Unstoppable finishers. Roll power, dude. My stats are legit. All these, I don't got no fake card. That card is really me on a piece of paper. You took a piece of my blood and soul, and they put it on a piece of paper.
We're gonna show that card once again.
If you watch the first episode of the YuNg vlog,
yeah,
I had forgotten my SRG deck at home, and it was a problem because that's how I deal with my anger issues. So I forgot my SRG deck. Some guy was talking to me. I was in the middle of a highway walking on my bike, and then I didn't have my deck. I realized I went crazy. I went black because I couldn't put it on the paper. I couldn't put it on the card. So I just ripped them out. I went crazy, man. I had to run out of there. It's on the first episode of the YuNg vlog. I documented it if you want to see. It was wild.
Check that out. We're going to put the links again in the description down below. You can catch that. And again,
we're gonna
make sure you're not in the way. You're not in the way of Charlie Tiger if he doesn't have his deck on him. Because
Brian have to classify that part after this gets uploaded.
Possibly, just to make sure. Yeah. But again, stay tuned to that. Stay tuned to that. But again, awesome shout out to Steve and the whole team there at SRG. Amazing company right there. It's been awesome to see how the game is just truly continue to evolve. Amazing members there. Amazing roster talent. So definitely shout out to them and keep supporting SRG, friends of the show there. But from Scrambles, we can now talk a little bit about some singles matches coming up. One being on April 19th, as it's going to be Guts and Glory with a tournament qualifier match here to determine the very first Guts and Glory champion. We have Tarzan Duran versus Charlie Tiger. And I feel like this might be a little fitting here. You have Tarzan versus a Tiger. It's going to be an interesting combination when it comes to this matchup.
Yeah,
so your thoughts going into that on April 19th?
It's definitely a wild one-on-one, man. We got Tarzan Duran, Charlie Tiger, two absolute beasts of people, two absolute animals. I mean, I don't think neither of us are confined to the laws of man because we just do whatever we please wherever we go. We understand that this is just the earth and we are here to exist. And, me and Tarzan, we happen to exist pretty violently. And when you put us in a ring like that, it's going to be two chaotic energies bouncing around doing God knows what, man. Two unpredictable, dangerous guys in that ring, man. I don't know what Guts and Glory was thinking. That's maybe the reason this match has never been booked because they're like, man, I don't know. We should put those two loose cannons out in the ring at the same time. When two loose cannons are looking at each other, usually bad things happen. But it's going to be a great warm-up for Yo-Yo. I mean.
But we're about to get to that too. But no, definitely. It's going to be an interesting sight to see. This will also be happening at the Mecca. Again, I hope the Mecca, like I said on Monday, I hope it has insurance because the matches that they're booking lately.
The Mecca, I can watch myself while I'm beating everybody I beat there.
There you go. But from that, he mentioned it there, the next night, it is going to be 420 defending that unsanctioned pro heavyweight championship. Charlie Tiger versus the Cambodian Dragon himself, Yo-Yo. Your thoughts going into this one? Because what a way to celebrate 420 there than defending that unsanctioned pro heavyweight championship.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can get too cocky because, I mean, we all know Yo-Yo. We all know Yo-Yo. We all love Yo-Yo, man. He's a quiet little hyena of a guy. Hey, he can catch you out of nowhere, maybe. He can catch you lacking, man. He's legit, He's won cage fights, man. I never did that. He might catch me off guard, but I doubt him a lot. But dude, I think some of us know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna throw Yo-Yo around. I'm gonna dog him, bro. It's my first defense. Dude's really coming for my belt, man. I'm not letting him get that. I'm gonna be on absolute guard, absolute survival mode, bro. Yo-Yo, it's just gonna be red as soon as that bell rings, and Yo-Yo's gonna whatever happens to Yo-Yo, it's what happens to Yo-Yo. I hope I don't go to jail after the match, is all I'm saying, because it's not gonna be on purpose, but it's gonna be vicious. Because I'm not losing my gold, especially Yo-Yo. And the only chance he's got to beat me is to catch me out of nowhere with a fluke lucky shot. Okay, that's the only chance Yo-Yo's got to beat me, because I'm gonna be in the zone. And hey, after a couple power bombs, after a spear, after doing whatever I want to do to him on the floor in the bar of the Ace of Cups in Columbus, Ohio, and he's not going to be maybe on the top of his feet, might not be on his A game after some of my offense. So he's got to be focused if he wants to beat Charlie Tiger. But man, so listen, the unsanctioned belt, it's a hot potato. It's real sick gold. It's a hot potato Lord Crew, he didn't get any defenses, man. I came in with my golden leg. I took it right off his waist, man. Hope it's not gonna happen to me though. Not to Yo-Yo, guarantee. But you never know, dude. He beat Christian on the last one. That's how we got here. But hey, I'm gonna make sure do whatever I can to keep my shoulders off the mat.
Understood. Again, after the conversation I had with Yo-Yo, I know he wants that competition. He wants to be fed. He's hungry for competition. But is the appetite big enough for a Tiger? For a young bruiser?
This ain't just competition. Like, listen, I'm some real competition in that ring, but this ain't just competition. This is the unsanctioned pro heavyweight championship. So I'm sure he's gonna be getting ready. I'm sure if he's smart, at least he's not dropping the ball. He's gonna be training. Maybe he's letting the guard down. Maybe he's trying to put on a false front and then come in with that real fighter mentality of the day of, man. I guess I can't discredit this dude, but listen, man, this is about the unsanctioned pro heavyweight championship. I've been fighting for this belt for years, and listen, I've had opportunities for it taken away from me based off of unfortunate events, but I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna keep my belt and I'm gonna make this reign go on. We're taking it all the way to 2025. I guarantee you. Charlie Tiger is the year of the Tiger, right? Right? I thought the Chinese confirmed that it's the year of the Tiger.
I believe so.
Yep. Yeah. Right. There you go.
We're gonna search this up and make sure we'll add it on the description down here just to make sure, just to confirm that. We'll do that after in the clips. But here we go. We got VXS throwing out something very interesting. Has anyone booked the Tiger Man versus Tiger Style?
No, that hasn't happened, man. Lee Moriarty's cool, man. Love that dude. But I would love to throw it down with him. Love to, man. I mean, I don't know. He reps the Tiger heavy. I respect it, dude. That's you. You got the Bruce Lee gimmick. But Tiger, when you spell it like that, technically, it means it's a frozen forest biome. I don't know. I know it's popular to spell things wrong sometimes, but I'm really about that actual Tiger style. Not just Tiger style. It's Tiger style. I'm really a Tiger. I really fought a Tiger. I'm really going to treat you like I am a Tiger.
Understood. Well then, so
I'm a little less methodical than a guy like Lee Moriarty. So, but hey, that'd be a crazy matchup. Is all I'm saying.
Gotcha. No, we're gonna have to see, and maybe that's something. Who knows? Maybe that could happen down at the Banjo for VXS. We'll see. The year is young.
Say at the Banjo
for VXS. Have you
at the Bando?
Oh, Bando. I said Banjo. God,
the Banjo. Maybe
that's it. I've already.
That'd be sick.
Hey, you never know. You never
Come
know.
with the Banjo and the Bando.
But here we go. We also got Dominic De Niro in the building. What's up, Chuck?
Got another bruiser. What's going on, man? I love that dude.
That's gonna be another one that he's in for a fight of his own this Saturday with him and the bad boy Joey Janela. So we'll see what happens at
Loud East.
Loud East.
Yeah, so it's gonna be sick, man. Hope he knocks that dude out, man. Gotta see Dom come up.
There you go. But from that, now that we talked about confirmed matches here, how we talked about again those scrambles, we talked about opportunities coming up. I want to now hear from the Tiger Man himself. Who are some people that you have on your radar when it comes to this? And just the year's young again. So what can we possibly see for 2024? Who do you want to face off in that squared circle?
Man, I want everybody, man. I'm not going to cap. I'm bad at these kind of questions, but dude, just give me everybody. There's so many possible opportunities, man. Ever since I've been on the scene, there have been so many possible matchups that would have been crazy, would have went down, would have been animal style, but it just never happened for whatever reason. So whoever you got, whoever's coming up in the game, whoever's making that name for himself, writing their name in gold, throw them at me. Because I guarantee you, I'll expose all of your favorites. I will expose all of your favorites, I guarantee you. So Tiger style is about really that animal in there, going off instincts.
Gotcha.
Plus, I want everybody. Gabe Sky, Ryan Clancy. I don't care. I see everybody out there. Give them to me.
Understood. There you go. Those are some names right there. I know VXS is already thinking about it now, just throwing out some things. Dom's in the chat. I can imagine that would be a fight right there.
Me and Dom, we've wrestled before. We've gone toe to toe several times. I'm not sure how many times we won singles, but maybe a couple. But hey, it's straight violence and we're in there, man. Those are some two brutes going at it, me and Dom.
There you go.
And hey, I know he's been stepping up recently. I haven't met him in a while, but I might have to bring a bit of an edge if I'm going back against Dom De Niro. So
and that's that time has shown that evolution, just different competitors in there now, different animals, if you will, when it comes to yourself. And I do have to talk about that evolution for you. How has it been Because again, it's a whole different Charlie Tiger than we've seen. First time I actually saw you, I want to say was for Capital Wrestling, which is now Callous Wrestling. Shout out to them. And just seeing that growth and seeing the competitor you've become and just constant evolution. Because even again, we have this conversation now. Who knows what we're seeing Saturday? That animalistic nature just continues to evolve depending and adapting to the situation.
Yeah, it's crazy. You never really realize how much evolution affects you until you've gone such a far milestone that you look back and you see how different you are, because it's all so incremental. It's also small. You know, I may never see it myself, but people always tell me like, yo, man, you're really changing, man. You're really doing the thing, man. You really get better. I'm like, oh, like really? Like really, you know, half of it's probably real. Half of it's probably, you know, not real, but you never know. You know, I always take everything, you know, with respect. I always take everything in the best possible way to view it. And I at least try to. Maybe I'm probably wrong. I'm a hell of a hypocrite too, I'll be honest. But
no,
I'm just keep trying to get better, man. Every day. You know, I'm not the most ambitious. I'm ambitious. I'm not the most like disciplined, I'd say. You know, like I don't always go after it and get it. You know, sometimes I take my rest days, but like I stop. But like me saying that is probably different than a regular guy saying that. So when it comes to an animal, it's
it's a different relaxation period though. It's a different because then when you do come back, it's a different kind of relaxation there, because when it comes back, it's still as ferocious. But no, again, the way I meant to definitely mean it here is just seeing that evolution, seeing from what you guys were just in the early stages of YuNg, Dumb, and Broke, to see how all of you are breaking out and just become whole different animals here in that ring, whole different just characters, competitors. And I'm happy to see it. I'm glad to see what you guys have become and continue to become here, because it's still, it's that thing that I've said on commentary a few times, that it's like, it's scary to think that, again, you guys are doing it so young still. So to think 10 years from now, what are we seeing out of all of you is going to be even crazier.
Definitely. I hope I'm still around in 10 years, you know.
Hey, that's what we can all hope for, right? That's what we can all hope for.
It'd probably be my own decision if I wasn't, but we'll see, man. I'm here for the long run. You know, like I said, I'm here to uphold the art form. So do what I can. You know, I'm not the most professional guy, but hey, I'm a professional wrestler.
No, love to hear that. And again, that's what we love about the craft here. That's what we love, to be able to uphold that art form that we love here and just continue to represent it in the right way. And again, we've seen it from you, like how you're talking about here when it comes to these matches that you have coming up and what it means to continue to respect that. So gotta love that take on it there. So as we continue here, again, we want to remind everyone, if you haven't already, make sure you follow Charlie Tiger here on all of his social medias. Follow him there on Instagram, right there, the Charlie Tiger _. Follow him on his Twitter, X, whatever you like to call it, at Charlie Tiger _ right there. We give both options because you never know. Some people still want to call it Twitter.
I got a Big Cartel website too, if you want to like a shirt or something nice, you know, for your family or something. Trying to get some more stuff on there too.
There you go. Get the merch, as well as we're going to plug once more. Shout out to SRG. Get the deck today. Again, overpowered card right there.
But please, before you ever go on my merch site, just go on my YouTube and watch like at least 1 or 2 matches first, then decide. Right? If you don't like the match, don't buy the merch, okay? But if you like the match, at least go on the website. You know, come on.
There you go. You're gonna like the match. You're gonna like the match, including these upcoming matches.
Unless some people don't like seeing their favorite wrestlers get hurt. It's unfortunate. Like, why did you hurt my favorite wrestler? Like, it's my job.
That is also a thing.
You were supposed to do something funny and safe. Like, no, that's not what I do. I'm a tiger. I really wrestle people.
Well then, that is the thing, folks. That is the thing. So you might want to switch your favorite wrestler. Again, make Charlie Tiger your favorite wrestler here, because if not,
a lot of people don't want to see me actually wrestle their favorite wrestler for that reason.
Oh man! And again, if one of these are your favorite, it's a winning business here. You want to win, get to the pay window, as a good old Manser would say. So you want to keep that going. And again, you have multiple chances of seeing, again, the Scramble King himself, the Young Bruiser. We're going to re-show these graphics once more to remind you all. It starts this Saturday at the Mecca. Hashtag Loud East Wrestling presents March for Death. It's going to be a showcase scramble. Multiple competitors in there, some vets, some newer, and even some prospects. So you're going to want to be there to see all of that action this Saturday. Then next week, it continues. Hashtag WrestleMania week with Smash Master Wrestling. You have another super scramble there with Charlie Tiger in there, Jordan Oliver, Pat Dynamite himself, and some more great competitors. Then we continue on the following week. Another huge scramble there. And again, it's just that history is being written right there. You got Pat Dynamite and Charlie Tiger. I don't know. It's going to be possibly that lick back, possibly a few more thrown out there. Then the following week, back at the Mecca, Guts and Glory presents their event here with history, as it's Tarzan Duran versus Charlie Tiger. Then the next night for Unsanctioned Pro, it is that Unsanctioned Pro Heavyweight Championship on the line. Charlie Tiger defending against the Cambodian Dragon, Yoya. A tiger and a dragon. What could possibly happen there? Ooh. What could possibly happen when those two meet? You're going to find out.
I got another 3-peat scrambles coming up, man. Bro, I got to get that 3-peat again, man. I got to keep that Tiger Avalanche rolling, dude, because that's going into my match with Tarzan. That's going to be a hell of a battle, like I said, and that's going right into my title match with Yoya. So, hey, I'm going to keep them dubs floating. If I don't, going to be choppy waters. But, hey, Tigers do what Tigers do. I'm going to eat.
There you go. And here we go. We got VXS wishing us luck. Thank you, VXS. We'll be seeing you Saturday. And see, Joe got it proven right there. You yelled, "Is that your boy?" See, this is what he does, though.
I saw you live once. I yelled at this man, "Is this your boy?" As I beat on him and did something dastardly and violent, of course, man. Was it your boy, Joe? Was that indeed your boy as I beat on him? If it wasn't, then you shouldn't be offended. If it was, I'm not sorry. Unless you want my merch. If you want my merch, I'm sorry.
Just buy the merch, Joe. Buy the merch. Support him there. Links will be in the description down below. So that way you can get some Charlie Tiger merch. Again, also go watch the matches, like he said, just to make sure you have a nice balance. Get to see Charlie Tiger. Buy his merch. Go buy the new card again for SRG.
His boy.
So it was his boy. There you go. So he's again.
Sorry, Joe. That's what I do, man.
There you go. You still apologize. See, look at that. Charlie Tiger. Nice guy.
Good to see you loud east, Joe. Where you at? Come on.
Definitely come through, Joe.
Come through this time again next time.
Well, you have a chance. Again, there's multiple competitors in this one. So who knows? You might
Which one was it though? That's what I'm confused. Who was the boy? It was a lot of boys I beat, man. Who was it?
I don't know. Let us know, Joe. Do you still have time, Joe? Who was said boy? Who was said boy? Because you did beat him. So who was said boy here, Joe?
That boy didn't win because just because I beat on him doesn't mean I won the match. Because
touche.
It's a war, not a battle, right?
Well, that also shows it though. Who really won if you were able to beat on him more though? So he might have gotten the victory, but did he walk out victorious in a sense?
Yeah. What I like about professional wrestling more so than amateur wrestling is like in professional wrestling, if you beat a guy so bad that they can't get up and like continue to fight, like you're winning by forfeit or DQ. Like if in amateur wrestling, if you injure a guy to where they can't continue to compete, you probably lose. It's how it works sometimes, at least in my state. But
yeah, I want to say that's how it is. Yeah, here as well. I don't think
you can't just get totally vicious with a guy in amateur wrestling, which is probably good for the scholastic system.
I would hope so. We don't want to
outlaw. We're outlaws out here, so
yeah, it's a little more loud here. I know VXS would definitely love that because that's why it's violence and suffering. So
yeah, man, I'm waiting to get back on violence and suffering, man. That's my whole brand.
There you go. So VXS, we're still here in the chat. We got to make that again. We're going to throw that out there. Now that they mentioned that match, we're going to make it happen. We're going to clip this here and throw that out there. Maybe we need to see Tiger Style versus Tiger Man at a VXS show. So, shout out to them. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check out Arrival, their past event featuring a stat card top to bottom. Got to do a little bit of Spanish commentary on that one. So who knows? Maybe if this match happens, we'll throw some Spanish commentary for Tiger Style versus the Tiger Man right here. So, but Charlie, again, I don't want to take up too much more of your time here because you are a busy man. You got a lot coming up.
How long are we going till? How long are we going?
Oh no, we're gonna start wrapping this up now, so that way I don't take up too much more of your time.
It's a 30-minute podcast, or usually I don't know. I thought it'd be like an hour, but hey, that's cool.
No, we always
do, man.
It always depends. We can make it longer here. We can keep it going.
You got anything else to talk about? Like what else we got?
No, we can keep it going here because again, there's a lot to talk about with you. Because, like I said, I've loved seeing.
I'll go till you're done, man. When you get bored of me.
No, see, that's the thing. I like I said, I was starting to wrap it up a bit, just so again we're giving you more time here because you have a lot of matches to get ready for. a whole weekend of it.
I think we caught the meat and potatoes at least for the next month,
Yeah,
because things tend to pop up, as it goes. But I got a lot on my plate coming up. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's always the best thing. That is why I'll steal a line from the Theos here. Expect the unexpected. You never
always
know.
Trying to get more, though, man. Always trying to get more meat on this plate, man. Because hey, like you said, it's not, like you said, full schedule, but hey, it's not really full schedule, Yep. But we can always make it full. People want to work with me, but there are big matches, though. Big matches to get ready for.
A lot of big matches, and again, for any promoter that's possibly trying to get in touch with Charlie Tiger here, make sure you're following him here. Booking email will also be there on those social media handles. So get in touch with this man. Book him in your shows.
Thank you.
And also book him again in the Scramble as well, because there's a reason he's the Scramble King. Who knows? Yeah, but he does more than just Scrambles.
Anything, yeah.
He does more than just Scrambles.
Maybe I'll be the singles king if I get a couple more singles matches. You never know.
Well, if you keep retaining this championship here, I would assume that Unsanctioned Pro is going to have to call you a singles king eventually.
Well, I am the king of Unsanctioned Pro. I proved it. I'm the heavyweight champ, bro. They call me. That's why I'm the king now. Like, I proved it, right? The champ is the king, right? That's what we're all doing. How that works. That's what we're all fighting for, right? Right.
So if you can get those victories there again,
they don't bow to me when I walk into Unsanctioned Pro. If they don't bow to me, it's gonna be problems when I see you in the ring. Okay, just clearing that up.
I guess that's the message for Yo-Yo there, because he'll be across the ring from you on that night. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for
Tiger, Young Bruiser.
There's a lot of names. There's a lot of names, but again, not self-given here. These have all been earned. It shows in the ring. Watch the matches, buy the merch, all that good stuff for Charlie Tiger here.
Thank you, Ray.
No problem. But Charlie, before I let you go, I do have one final question I want to ask, and that is for the Young Bruiser here. What is the end goal?
Oh, the end goal, like in wrestling?
Whichever way you want to define it. Whichever you feel like.
My end goal is to topple technocratic oligarchy and to instill a new free world kingdom upon Earth. But that takes a lot of work. I'm probably not the guy to do that. I don't know. We'll leave that to the pros. But wrestling. Hey, I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Land of the Rising Sun. I want to go all over the world and take my craft all over the world, man. I could probably work harder and make that happen pretty soon, but we'll see, man. I want to be a top champion, not just in Unsanctioned Pro or the indie scene, in the whole world, whether it's IWGP, WWE, AEW, wherever there's a spot, where there's opportunity, wherever there's a spot on the food chain to fill with a vicious, hungry tiger, I want to be there, okay? I want to be one of the best. Everyone does, right? Everyone does. Hopefully I'll get there one day.
There you go. See, both answers there. Perfect, though, depending on what definition you wanted. There you go for everyone.
Hey, toppling the technocratic oligarchy would be pretty sick. Get at me if you really want to do that, because
there you go. That probably would lead you to some huge opportunities in the future.
A lot of enemies. No, a lot of enemies. I guarantee you. Doing good for the world does not make you very successful.
Unfortunately not. But we'll leave that to another conversation for another day. But Charlie, thank you again so much for joining us here. Once again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you're following Charlie on all of his social medias. Get at him at his merch store as well as follow Loudies Wrestling, as it's been a part of # Loudies Week here on the podcast. There you go. We're going to give him one more time to loop it here. We're going to
get a good show going on. Are you enjoying this podcast, Ray?
There we go. We're gonna have multiple Charlies once more. Hold on.
This been good for you, man.
There you go. There's multiple Charlies to end it off.
Respect the craft.
I love how it sounds like a ghost at the end, though. But
Ray Sanchez, Charlie Tiger. Respect the craft going out.
There you go, guys. See you guys on the next one. Peace.